Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. This is part of a mini series on time management. This is for small business owners, but the principles apply to anybody, especially if you have ADD, ADHD. This can be such a troublesome task in life because there's so many things we could do and so many directions we can chase, and which one do you want to do? And that can be so difficult to be able to prioritize, organize, and then stay focused. Oh man. But when you implement these tools, these tips, these tricks, these strategies that we're covering in this mini series, you go from being disorganized, overwhelmed, overworked, frustrated, and not accomplishing what you want to being able to be laser focused, know where you're going, and then make it happen. All right. If this is the first video, go back and watch some of the other ones. We've got more videos coming in the series as well. Today, we're talking about the power of delegating. Now, if you're a business owner and you have work that needs to get done, it is so difficult to do it all yourself. I don't know if you've ever watched someone trying to play basketball, but it works really well when you have a team, and it doesn't work so well when you're all on your own. If you're the only one that can dribble the ball and shoot, if you're out and you got to pass it in, you try and pass it in and go and catch it, it's not going to work. There's a reason that we as humans work in teams, and it works so efficiently when we are working in teams. But the other thing that many small business owners will say is, oh, I can't ever replace myself. That's impossible. You're right. You're not supposed to replace yourself. Did you ever see a basketball team that was made up of a whole bench of Michael Jordans? No, there was only one Michael Jordan and one Scottie Pippen, and there's only one David Robinson in the world and one John Stockton, Karl Malone. Those are all my favorite players, by the way. But you get the point. There's only one of everybody. But you don't need another one of you. In fact, if you have another one of you, think about the disaster you would actually have in your life. Could you imagine if there were two of you and neither one of you want to do the work that you have to do? And what, you're going to delegate it to the other you? It doesn't work. You need other people with other skills in order to be effective. All right, so how do you delegate? A lot of people get this wrong. Now, in another episode of this mini series, we talked about your time audit. Where are you spending your time? What are you doing each and every day? And you're supposed to do that for a week. If you've done that exercise, great. You're in a position where you're going to be able to know some of the things you should be delegating, because you can look at that sheet and you can say, wow, I'm spending half of my time every single week doing this one task. And I am sure there's somebody out there that's could be better at that than me. You've now found a thing that you could delegate to someone else. Maybe that task is super technical though, and maybe it's so difficult you don't think you could offload it to someone else. Let me give you an example. If you're an electrician, it's really hard to find another electrician maybe that could do the work the same way you do. And that can be troublesome at first. I was talking to a mechanic the other day, auto mechanic. He's working on cars all the time. He is in this position where it's kind of awkward. He's like, I can't really hire my second full-time person yet, so I can't really grow. I was like, what? How could you not grow? Let's talk about this. Okay, in your business, you do the work on the vehicles, yeah? Okay. Within the work on the vehicles, there's different kinds of work you're doing. Like if you did oil changes all day long, you could find somebody that could do just oil changes, and they wouldn't have to know how to do a transmission. But that's just in the operations side. Let's talk about other aspects of the business. Do you ever go out networking? Do you have to do bids? Do you have to do bookkeeping? Do you have to send out bills to people and get them to pay them? Do you have to have somebody that can answer the phone? Like, sure, you can't maybe duplicate the auto mechanic that knows everything right now, or maybe the electrician that knows how to do everything, and you can't replicate that part of the work. But if you've done a time audit, you're going to discover there are other areas in your life where you're spending time and you don't have to. So if you find one that doesn't cost a lot, like having someone answer the phone for you, that's going to cost far less than having another mechanic that has all the certifications you have. And maybe that's taking up 20% of your time. Find someone that'll work part-time and do that job for you. Now what you've just done is you freed up somebody else, and they are going to cost you less money per hour than you could make per hour if you were working on the cars, or if you're doing the electrician work, or if you're zoning in on that expensive work that only you can do. The cool thing is, once you figure this process out, you can just hand it off to other people over and over and over. And pretty soon you have one person wearing the accounting hat, one person wearing the receptionist hat, one person wearing the billing hat, one person that, like, on and on. quality control. You could have one person that just all they do is look at the work other people have done and make sure that it's up to quality. Like there's so many ways that you could break out all the jobs into small jobs, and not everyone has to work full time either. That's a common misconception that small business owners have. There are people out there that only want part-time work and they're happy to have it. So once you find somebody and you identify the kind of work, the next thing you need to do is you need to figure out how you delegate that work to them. And we've created entire episodes on this podcast talking about delegation, but I'm going to give you a short Reader's Digest version of it today to get you going in case you don't have enough time right now that you want to go watch those other episodes. So to be effective at delegating, they have to know what the outcome is that you expect of them. They have to know what the work is that you're expecting them to do, and they have to know when they're going to be working for you. And then they have to know how to come back to you if there's questions and problems, and when to come back to you. You oftentimes need to put together a process of what they should be doing. So if they're answering the phone, you're going to put an outline together. This is how you answer the phone. These are the things you say. These are the questions you ask. This is the way that you always, when you're done talking, you always end the call this one way. Then this is how you document the phone call. You put that together in a short list, and then you train them on it. And those are two separate things. The training is different than the list. A lot of small business owners combine them into one. They should be broken into two. You do that effectively. You hand that to them. You watch them walk through it a few times. Then they come to you with the questions. Then you can also see where the gaps are because you watch them as you've trained them. They will know what to do. Then you can step away with confidence because you've trained them on how to do it. They have the process to guide them. They've got the training that they can reference back to if needed. And they know how to approach you if they do have questions or problems that they don't know how to overcome. That's the effective way to delegate. Don't you dare do what so many small business owners do, which is be like, hey, I want you to answer the phones. Here. And then you run away from it. You can't do that. It has to be a soft, slow handoff, especially the first few times you're doing this. Till you get the hang of how to delegate, you've got to make sure that you're babysitting a little bit so that they can be empowered and they can be successful. Otherwise, you'll get frustrated, they'll get frustrated, and it's a bad experience. And that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for better time management so that you have more time to accomplish what you need to in life and what you want to in life, not so that you can have more headaches. Hey, I'm Jason McKenzie. I'm passionate about helping small business owners achieve more success in their life, more freedom, so that they can have a more positive impact in their families and in the world. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment, reach out. Happy to help. Looking to help 1 million small business owners find the freedom that they've been looking for. I hope you'll be one of them.